Hi there, this is the Next Gen Guide to English Grammar, and this lesson is a summary of third-person singular present simple sentences. Our first sentence, the farmer wants a wife. All right, so this is, of course, it's a present simple, affirmative, present simple sentence. So the structure is, as always, subject, verb 1. And the subject here is the farmer. And verb 1 is wants. And the important thing to remember here is that we need to add this S. Very important. The farmer wants a wife. We should have the S. Why? Because the farmer is a one person, a he. So when the subject is he, she, or it, we need this S on the verb in affirmative, present, simple sentences. Our next sentence, Denise is a brain surgeon. So same again, same structure. Subject, verb 1. Only this is slightly different because here the verb is to be. So we don't need to add an S. It already ends in an S. But when the subject, when the verb, the main verb is be in a present simple sentence, and the subject is third person singular, the subject is a he or she or an it, so Denise is a she, then be becomes is, she is. So we don't add the S, but it already ends in an S anyway. Next sentence, air suspension costs an extra $2,000. So where is the subject here in this sentence? Of course, it's air suspension. If you can afford that on your car, then I'm sure you're very happy. Of course, verb 1, subject, verb 1, and we have added the S. Of course, air suspension costs an extra £2,000. Very expensive indeed. Now let's look at some negative sentences. Now here is maybe another big change to look out for. So we start with subject, and does not, or doesn't. Verb 1. If it wasn't third person singular, then we would use don't. But because we're using the third person singular, we have this, the S in doesn't. So doesn't. Who doesn't? The teacher. So the teacher is the subject, and the teacher is a he or a she. And then verb 1 is wear, to wear. The teacher doesn't wear a tie. So this is she. She doesn't wear a tie, or it could be he as well. He doesn't wear a tie. The next sentence, my laptop doesn't have an optical drive. So exactly the same again as our last example. Subject, doesn't. Verb 1. So where's the verb here? It's have. Doesn't. Doesn't have. What doesn't have? My laptop. Doesn't have an optical drive. It doesn't have a DVD player or a CD player or a Blu-ray player. And my laptop is what? Is it. It doesn't have, my laptop doesn't have an optical drive. And the next sentence, the volume isn't loud enough. Same again. Well, actually this is slightly different because here we're using the verb to be. So here we start with subject and then be not. That's it. Subject be not. So the subject is the volume, and because the volume, we would replace it with it. Be becomes is, and it's in a contraction with not. So the volume isn't, and then continue. You can continue loud enough. Okay, so let's move on to questions. Does the car park by itself? So this is a do question, or it's become a does question. Why? Because the subject here is third person singular. So the subject is the car, and the car is an it. And verb 1 is park, to park, not a play park, not a place with grass and greenery, but the verb to park. So does the car park by itself? Can we say do the car park? No, because the subject is it. So we need this S. Does the car park by itself? Next one, is Machu Picchu a nice place to visit? I don't know if anybody knows. If anybody's been there, leave a comment and let me know. So is Machu Picchu a nice place to visit? This is different. This is not a do question. This is a be question. So remember, for be questions, it's just be subject, and that's it. So here, Machu Picchu is a place. It's a single place. So it, and when the subject is it, then be becomes is. Is it a nice place to visit? Is Machu Picchu a nice place to visit? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So the next question, same again. Is the bank open? We start with be. What's next? Subject. That's right. And then what? Nothing. Or it could be anything else. So where's the subject here in this sentence? Do you know? It's the bank. Of course, the bank is one object or one place. So we would say it. And when the subject is it, then be becomes is. Is it open yet? Is the bank open yet? Okay, so a question for you now. See if you can answer before I complete it. The question is, Maria something a new jacket. Now we have three answers: bought, has ordered, has. What we want to know is which one is present simple. Which answer is present simple? Now, the easy way to try to figure that out is put the structure again. So subject, verb 1, present simple. Now, Maria is, of course, a she. So whatever goes here, we know it should end in S. All right, so it's not bought. We have an S here, but we also have another word, has ordered. So this is past. This is actually a tense which uses the past. And here is the answer. Of course, Maria has a new jacket.